Welcome to today's reading. What is currently weighing on the collective's minds and hearts at this time that they are seeking clarity on, guidance through their spirit guides, their ancestors, the divine, Gaia, their angels? What messages are needing to be channeled through today for the collective? This is the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck, and it will be representing the overarching theme of its placement, of the divine message, the guidance coming through from your spirit guides. This placement is going to be for the past, the memories, the current moment, the present, what's being highlighted in the present, and actions that are currently in play, decided upon at this time to become in play, contemplating actions. This placement is going to be planned future events, future goals, unexpected events, and the current outcome based upon all the decisions, everything that's currently at play at this exact moment. This is the Star Codes Astral Oracle deck, clarifying for the more receptive energies present within each placement and message will be the Light Seers deck. And this will just kind of highlight a bit more of the specific messages present for what's currently of concern, what you're just needing a little bit of information on to kind of help you solidify or act as a confirmation of your intuition, what you already are knowing. Having confirmation of this can assist in gaining confidence in the intuition and bring in that manifestation more clearly for you. All right. Clarifying the more assertive energies for the messages coming through is going to be the Witch's Tarot. Help you understand what is being a little more highlighted, a little more pointed, a little more direct. What aspects are possibly making themselves intentionally more vulnerable, even by choice. And lastly, we will have the Moonology cards, one for each placement, which I will do at the end to streamline, summarize, pull together the messages in a very succinct way. So we will start with the past. So this will be top, bottom, or first, second, top, bottom, first, second. So in the past, we have the reversed opposition, confrontation, 53. So this confrontation, if this is the similar collective to the last reading I did, this was actually further down in the reading quite a bit. So this confrontation possibly took place already. Okay, so we're going to start with reading the more assertive messages, the more assertive energies present. So we have the reversed Six of Swords and the upright Three of Wands. Okay. Oh, goodness, that was interesting. Okay, so that's actually going to go down here. There we go. Because they just kind of stuck together on me there. Interesting. Okay, so either way, these cards, they will play diagonally, upright. Take what resonates with you and leave what does not. There's many people that can be receiving guidance and messages through this. So the reversed opposition, 53-8, it's the passing back and forth. So I'm really getting that there's this concept, this plan, this idea of what was and what actually is, being somewhat in a state of illusion. Like it appears to be one way, but it's actually something else completely different. This reminds me a lot of the Two of Pentacles and the Lightseers deck, and in that, it really does seem quite a bit like what appears to be one way is not that way actually at all. So the more assertive energy was, I'm looking for this Six of Swords, I'm looking for my Nine of Cups. It's not appearing to be Six of Swords or Nine of Cups to the more receptive energy. Yet the receptive energy is watching, waiting, ready to take that step into the water and go with the flow and seek balance, to find the way to traverse this kind of like pick 'em up sticks kind of thing, this kind of like game that is just, it's if you buy into the illusion, it can be overwhelming. But if you see it for the illusion that it is quite simple to overcome. So this is a lesson that the receptive side of this message in the past was able to see by going with the flow. And in the past, thus this opposition confrontation, the more assertive energy recognized that what they thought was not actually what is, as well as the receptive energy observing what appeared to be, but wasn't actually. It's very confusing for them in the past, for these two energies to see each other clearly. And this reversed opposition card, now at this point, it's telling me that there is a divine love and light presence within this dynamic that is kind of leading the assertive and receptive energies to the same conclusion that this is an illusion. And that whatever appears to be one way is in truth the opposite of what's being presented. So I guess I had to go through that confusion to really highlight that, to get to that end of that message, to fully represent it beautifully. Okay, so for the memories, okay, so we have first, second. So I'll do it like that. Okay. So for the memories, we have second house resources, number 40, inverted. It's an experience of poverty, a lack of abundance, a lack of not necessarily just currency. It could be being able to hit your mark. It could be being able to obtain that apple and then immediately have it taken from you, or to be impaled by, another energy seeking it as well. Like this is inverted. So this is not a beautiful attainment of abundance. It's a seeking of lack, or an experience of lack. Almost to the point of, like that slip there, almost to the point of continually manifesting it over and over and over. And with that arrow, like that's got to be going through that hand. Almost a self-victimizing over and over. Unaware that subconsciously that you're calling this in. Wow. Okay, that's a lot that I'm getting just from this. Wow. Okay. So the assertive energy is present. We have the inverted Two of Cups and the upright Six of Wands. For memories, it's a surprise. Definitely a surprise. So what continually seemed to not work in a partnership, a collaboration of two opposite yet equal energies, present within this aspect of lacking of abundance. This is really speaking a lot of relationships in particular. Not necessarily romantic, but it could definitely be that for some of the collective. This constant feeling that it never works. Your heart's always being broken. So you're kind of manifesting that by your acceptance that that's just how things are. However, there seems to be a contradiction present within this memory. There was a surprise, something that the assertive aspect within this message did not foresee coming, and it caused a lot of passion within them to tough out what they remembered going through, what they were going to go into in order to come back to this Two of Cups and flip it upright. Because there was this inability to see the other side, the receptive side, as it was. That memory, that awareness that this is a dynamic that's present. So this partnership, this dynamic, there's a revisiting. It's not dead. There's hope. They have found hope. The assertive energies have found hope because the Six of Wands is upright. Then we have, for the more receptive energies clarifying, we have the Three of Pentacles and the inverted Seven of the Star, which is the number 7. And 4 and 7 would make 11. 3, 7, 10, so completion. This has been co-created, tying in the Trinity aspect. So you have the divine aspect, the spiritual side, the love and light aspect to things. Choosing to co-create with the assertive as well as the feminine in balance, or correction, the assertive as well as the receptive in energies in balance. Thus, it's upright. It's in balance. There's some things that are not quite completely filled in or locked in, and that leads to this Star card being inverted. Well, the receptive energy is and has always been aware that they are tapped in to love and light, the divine, that they receive guidance, that things always somehow end up working out when they listen to this intuition. And there was not quite a full understanding to the breadth and the depth of that relationship with that part of themselves. The amount of expansion that was capable if they chose to enrich this relationship. And this is changing this relationship with abundance. I find it interesting that the Three of Pentacles is present because that speaks to abundance, but I'm not seeing any gold. I'm not seeing any coins present here. So there's a bit of a dynamic of connection, of family, of, the fibers that bind us together. The ones that we choose to maintain, the ones that we choose to trim, to let go, to cut. There is a sense of affection, especially between this masculine who is looking at this younger feminine here. So balancing the relationship to abundance, not just being present within the coins or within what is edible, consumable, but also the abundance present in love, family, connection, loyalty. The Two of Cups, even though it's inverted, it does speak of a loving union of emotion. So moving into the present, I guess that works too. Okay. To the present moment, we have Pallas Athena, if I pronounced that right. The two L's might have a different pronunciation to it, but it's number 30, and it stands for think. This is the taking of the mask off, the removing of the ego's restriction, the understanding of what has been, leading to the awareness that the need to protect oneself has passed, the vital need to take the mask off to be transparent in order to move into the future, to take one's armor off. And this is the helm, so it's not necessarily the entire body or suit of armor, but it is the helm, the mind. Clarifying that in the assertive energies is the Five of Pentacles and karma, inverted, both of them. This is to change the being out in the cold, to being isolated, to being apart from that which they desire most, as well as to not be in breach of the contract, the soul contract. This is also number 20 and 5, which would bring this to 8. Wait, 25, 7, 10. Correction, 10. So that would be also like a completion, a meeting of this karma, this contract, the fulfilling of it. The receptive energies, we have number 4, the Emperor, and inverted the Seven of Wands. So it's interesting having the Emperor present in a receptive position. It's almost as though everything is ready to go at a moment's notice. This person, this aspect, this dynamic within the situation that is weighing on you is capable of going into action at any moment in a balanced and assertive way. They're in a stance, though. This aspect is in a stance of being receptive to that information, of it's time to go. It's time to come out of being out in the cold, of being apart from in a state of being ghosted, or ghosting, if you will, signaling that this mask is coming off in this present moment. It's this Emperor has received that message. This Emperor aspect of the receptive energy. They're kind of unsure a bit of what they're coming into with this inverted Seven of Wands. Almost as though they've had this mask on for so long that it's a bit like taking it off makes them feel exposed, vulnerable. Even though they have divine guidance, they're receptive to that information coming through. They know that this is going to move them towards fulfilling this contract, this thing that they came into this life to do, that they have been working towards, to bring happiness, joy, learning of lessons, healing. So they're wanting to move towards that. But there's a bit of anxiety present. And this could be more of the 3D aspect, the more of the ego side of the experience. But there's an awareness that they feel this way. And in this awareness, they're trusting that in taking this mask off, in the fulfillment of this contract, that the protection is present to help them heal that anxiety. It's the first step in movement towards affirming. It's the first thing to heal. It's the first thing to heal. Once the contract is accepted as being in the state of beginning its fulfillment journey. Beautiful. Okay. And then going into actions currently decided upon in play, being contemplated. We have Pisces, sensitize, upright. Number 12 breaks down to 3. And we have 30 and 3, a master number. This card was actually inverted in the last reading for the past. So the way that this reading is playing out right now, you're already beginning this new contract. You're in that space right now. Like, it's affirming this. If you needed confirmation, it is here. For the assertive energy present within the current actions being contemplated, considered, we have the inverted Two of Pentacles and the inverted Temperance. This is reminding me a lot of how this is still something that they're coming at from an angle that is not their typical. They typically like to come from, for example, pure emotion and intuition and thought down into grounded facts, immovable knowing of earth, and then go to like to come down and then go up, or to go up and then come back down through awareness, the elements association with different thoughts and feelings and emotions. This is an inverted experience for them typically. And the assertive aspects. So anything here present on this table can actually be the exact opposite of what it's presented as, because it has been a consistent theme. This may be still something that will be at play for some time, where things appear to be one way, but they're actually the exact opposite, as the world rights itself, I guess, as they begin to find balance in the assertive aspect of the situation. So there is a balancing of the pentacle. There is a passing back and forth, a learning, a cooperation. And with temperance being present, temperance can immediately flip right up. Temperance is one of the cards that is somewhatly immune. The fact that it comes out inverted is an affirmation that this is something that is being healed, that it is coming into balance. And that is because there is a presence. The divine, the love and light aspect is being felt, it's being known. Knowledge, healing, an awareness of protection, that this aspect is supported. And when you feel guidance come through that is causing fear, that's not love and light. When guidance comes through and you feel like an easing of tension in your body, a bit of excitement because it feels right, it's positive change that is being presented to you through your intuition, that allows this knowing that they're not alone, that it is positive, it is love and light coming through for this assertive energy. So this is already something that has taken place to an extent. This is the affirmation that the assertive energy is receiving, that they are on the right path, that healing is here. And this frantic fear of juggling the two pentacles is coming to an end. I mean, there's still going to be learning, there's still going to be passing back and forth, but they are cooperating right here where the middle of this connects. They have been able to exchange information and find that balance. And I say this because if you count the stitches to the front of his vest, there are 12 of them there, signifying the end, the completion. Okay. For the receptive energies, we have 5 of Pentacles and the inverted 2 of Cups. So the receptive energy is also having been felt as being left out, separated, apart from the desire to leave this space. They have the key, they are balanced, they're anticipating and they're waiting, and it's so late, they're tired, they keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and there's the anxiety that they'll miss the message, the little notification, because they will have dozed off a bit because they're so tired. However, the message has been received, that sensation of the shared interaction where the lines of this infinity symbol touched, keeping those 2 pentacles up. That is something that could not be mistaken. It can't be something that you would not be aware of in a receptive state like this. You would definitely be aware of it. So the 2 of Cups, it's almost the anxiety, like being in isolation so long has made this aspect, this receptive aspect, so sensitive to contrast, especially contrast. And they've set boundaries and they feel a bit like They are co-creating. They are mingling energies together, but there's this sense of not fully seeing the whole picture of what's being created. It's as though they don't quite fully understand the other side's energy and how it's impacting what's being manifested. The surprise. There's a surprise coming for both sides of this mingling of creating energy with the divine aspect here, the balanced divine aspect. So that's actually exciting. You can choose to frame that in a state of anxiety. But when there's temperance present and the Pisces sensitizes upright, it's going to be something that is a good surprise. There's going to be some things in it that, it's possible that you maybe would like to be a bit different. But when it comes to the Two of Cups, it's something that you have long desired, that you have known would make you very happy. And anything that would be present to overcome would only strengthen the tie, the connection with this creative energy. So this one is going to be for planned future events. And that's number 27, which comes to 9, which is Pluto in rebirth. The assertive position, we have the Page of Swords, upright, and the Chariot. So this may be a more youthful approach, but there is knowledge, there is awareness, there's a sense of flight present, of be it the raven or a crow, either side of that, it is messages, intuition, connection. They are listening to guidance from divine. They know that they're being guided. And the rebirth will have this balanced energy that is driven in the direction. It is passionately moving forward. Even though these two want to go in completely different directions, they are being handled by a balanced energy that is directing them to go in the same direction. The support of knowledge present within the clouds. There's a lot of information that's assisting in this balance as they move forward. For the assertive aspects, we have the Hermit card, which is also a number 9, and the inverted Queen of Swords. So this is the isolation present within the receptive energies, the elevation above the illusions present within the environment. There is a very dark kind of overall, like it's at nighttime, but there's this light present within this elevated being. And they're completely not freaked out about being elevated or levitated. They're completely at peace and at ease because they see the environment for the illusion, the beautiful illusion, but the illusion that it is. And the Queen of Swords, reversed or inverted. The receptive energies, they know their boundaries. They know why they are so protective of their cup that is caged right beneath their foot here, where they know they would be very aware of any energy coming towards it, that it's protected and it's reserved. It's not to be given to just anyone or anything. It is a protection of that. Inverted implies to me that this energy coming towards them, being that it's balanced, that it's rebirthed, that this Queen of Swords will hear that energy out fully, will be receptive to like fully understanding what is coming towards them before making some kind of a final decision. And she's watching, she's waiting, she's also listening to guidance, also of a black bird, so could be tapping into that mystical intuition that taps into divine. Okay, so this next one will be future goals. The upright, I'm not going to butcher that, trying to pronounce it, but it's Tarot. It's the connection of Gaia with the divine, the reaching of the tree of life, if you will, the connection of Mother Earth and the sun, the sky, the divine aspect that gives life as well as receives life. Beautiful. This comes to number 11, so a sense of a mirror or a repeat. This is possibly where this sense of coming from the situation from a perspective, a way of processing the information from a way that is unusual really solidifies. Though it's definitely at play here in the rebirth, it really solidifies in this relationship in the 3D, present with Gaia. Here we have the Four of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles and the assertive energy, clarifying. So it's the foundation present for this manifestation is firm. It is solid. It is being celebrated. The Nine of Pentacles being inverted, it's not necessarily a lack of abundance. It's almost it's not quite time for harvest of this particular thing yet. Almost as though like in marriage, then have a child. As you notice, she's got a baby bump here in the image. So it could be an implication that there's some kind of union or commitment, some foundation that's being placed, and then the pregnancy, the abundance will become manifest in the physical. So this happens, and then this will happen, not necessarily the same time. Okay, the receptive energy is clarifying. We have the Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So the choosing, no longer having to look off at someone distracting them in order to keep this cup preserved, because if they give it too much attention, it'll be noticed that they're distracted. So this is now a cup that they don't have to worry about that anymore. They can embrace that cup of balanced energy that's being offered. They can embrace giving that cup the attention, sharing how they truly feel about that. And the Queen of Cups just affirms this. It's the greatest love in the deck. Firmly rooted in emotion and completely connected with divine love and light. That balance, rooted in Mother Earth, connected with the divine. Being that embodiment, really. Beautiful energy. Unexpected events that your guardians, guides, divine, Gaia would like to bring to light are number 1, Aries, act, inverted. For the assertive energy clarifying, we have the 9 of Wands inverted and the Page of Cups upright. This highlights the third eye, very stubborn. Typically there's a forward momentum present within this, a focus. This tells me that what's surprising is that that focus had to shift, had to change, because the assertive energy was visualizing, creating, manifesting a specific thing. The assertive energy is manifesting a specific thing. This is a surprise because this is a co-creation. So it surprises both sides because they're getting a bit of each side and they're getting to see how beautiful it is. So there was a very protective aspect in the actions of the assertive energy towards this sun that they're standing in front of, that they put this barrier between even them and it, defending it. And they're tired and they're worn down and they're exhausted because they've been fighting. This is something that they have been doing, and it's inverted because now they're getting to experience the surprise of this part of them that feels this overwhelming amount of emotion and this innocent, playful joy and happiness. This is their surprise, that this part of them has been healed, been inspired to thrive as a result of the co-creation in their actions. In the receptive energy is clarifying, we have the King of Wands upright and Hangman upright, which is number 12. So intuitively, receptively, the receptive aspects to this intuitively knew that there was a back and forth between the lion, the Leo, if you will, that very protective masculine energy in the background, seeking to protect this future. They knew that this energy was there and that this energy was very, very focused on that one thing, because this energy, that's how it manifests. So it's basically playing off of the assertive energy here. It's saying that the receptive energy understood. They just didn't necessarily know exactly what they had in mind when they were doing this hyper-focusing on this future manifestation, but they knew they were very, very focused to the exclusion of all other things. Being a king, they do feel that they have those they're responsible for, but they don't necessarily care so much about having the crown necessarily. But that crown allows them to tap into a will that is very, very intense. So there is respect in the receptive side for the power of the assertive aspect or energy coming through. in this card. There is almost an awe of this focus, this single-mindedness. What is a surprise is what the aspect of the receptive energy manifested, that they allowed the universe to fill in the blank. So they allowed the higher self to fill in, to actively create and affirm the divine, the spirit guides, the ancestors. They allowed them, or these aspects, this energy, this love and light energy, to come through and actively co-create by leaving empty spaces within their aspect of manifesting in a receptive state to bring about this innocent, youthful, happy, joyful, childlike, overwhelming emotion. This is something that the receptive aspects, as well as the assertive aspect, is finding a lot of healing in its manifestation. It has allowed this very serious, very, very serious, to transform into something softer, calmer, more emotion, healing, joyful. It's moving away from this need to battle into this space of just being present and at ease, tuning in, enjoying playing at the beach, maybe catching a fish or two. Stress, battle, protective, ease, peace, contentment. And the outcome at this moment of this dynamic, if all things remain as they currently are at this time, is number 51, which comes to 6. Conjunction alliance. These are Canadian geese, and Canadian geese, they mate for life. They also can navigate using the Earth's magnetic fields. They always have one Canadian goose at the point of the V as well, and they all trust that goose to follow them. There's a sense of one mind present within a gaggle. It's technically what it's called when it comes to geese. A gaggle of geese. Okay. That alliance. Okay, so clarifying this in the assertive energies, we have the 3 of Swords upright and strength. This 3 of Swords is coming in from 2 different aspects, which makes sense with the strength. One, in this battle, this sheer focus, no matter what came up to them, they were protecting that future, even if it meant protecting it from themselves, as they're on the other side of this fence, from this sun behind the fence. There was pain, and they could feel that pain. They could feel wounded. They could feel worn. They could feel tired. There's also an awareness that you didn't understand, or the assertive energy, forgive me, did not necessarily understand what that future looked like, specifically that they were so focused on and so defensive of. And the not understanding, the not knowing, the not being able to contribute the manifestation aspect that the receptive energy can bring to the table to that manifestation caused misunderstandings at times that led to hurt feelings. And that awareness that this was happening on both sides. When the assertive aspect hurts, the receptive aspect hurts. When the receptive aspect hurts, the assertive aspect hurts. This is a message that can be mirrored within one individual, as well as between two people, as well as between you and a business you're creating, a book you're writing, a painting, a musical, anything that you're creating. It's a co-creation. Anything you're experiencing, there are these dynamics present, and they will mirror. Each part of it will mirror a change in any other part of it. And the strength, it comes in because there is the back and forth, the awareness that the heart is not broken, that it is healing, that this heart is present and compassionate and empathetic and loving and caring and supportive in spite of these misunderstandings and the hurt they caused, has allowed this lion to not feel like it needs to defend itself from the receptive energy. To the assertive energy, to have to defend itself from the receptive energies, rejection, hurt, opinion, judgment, is about the most painful aspect. Similar to a rose is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, smells amazing. It is the flower for romantic love, but it also has thorns. And there is no concern about those thorns. None. Complete contentment. This cat may have just rolled around in catnip. Cats, no matter their size, thoroughly enjoy catnip. So this feminine figure here is like catnip for this lion. Just all the anxiety. For the receptive energy clarifying the Alliance conjunction card, we have the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Swords upright. This is about illumination, knowledge, understanding. Everything that they did not understand or know, they are understanding or gaining the understanding of, as well as everything that the universe seeks to, or added in, the divine added in to those gaps in the manifestation that the receptive energy presented, is becoming slowly illuminated. It's affirming for the receptive energy that they're moving in the right direction. That once what once was, I'm just so tongue-tied with this one. That the past is the past. We'll put it that way. That these feelings, these anxieties, these not knowing, these wanting to help but not knowing how, all of that, the frustration, it forged and is continuing to forge more and more trust in the divine's love, support, affirmation, in the trust that you have shown on this path through this journey with yourself and with external energies as well. The Ten of Swords is the end of the past, and it's the movement with knowledge into the future towards this sun that the Nine of Wands could represent. This could be the same exact sun. This beautiful future just looks a little different because you have the divine's hand in there helping to create and support you with what you don't know, what you can't see. And being that it's of love and of light, there is no need for anxiety. There's trust. With the Knight of Swords, this is a state that not only does the assertive energies thoroughly relish experiencing this lack of fear and anxiety and experiencing contentment. I imagine this cat is practically purring right now, this lion. So there's this rapid movement. It's time. I gotta movement, like the divine is aiding this rapid approach to get from point A to point B to be in this alliance. And Gaia, like 3D Gaia, is also assisting in this because, as I mentioned with the Canadian geese, they navigate the planet using the gravitational fluctuations, lines, of Gaia. Gaia's assisting in this as well. It's helping to point the receptive energy in the right direction, of the most expedient way to get from point A to point B. This is practically one message right here, even with this, the strength, trust in the divine's direction, and that Gaia will assist and aid you in the physical in reaching that desired destination. This is the current outcome. Just beautiful. Okay, so if I could just get clarifying Moonology card for each placement, please. Just an overview. A phrase of guidance in addition. Thank you. Don't want to wiggle them too much. Okay. So for in the past, we had the challenge of focusing on the positive, a new moon in Sagittarius. Focus on where you're aiming, where you're manifesting, where you're putting your thought, where you're directing your energy. In the memories we have with the anxiety around resources, to take a deep breath, take a breather, take a break, take a moment, and know that you're mirroring with the 6-9. It's a mirroring. Know that to take those breaks allows you to gain perspective. To remain in stress does not allow for change to be something that is smoother. For present, we have think. Know your worth. New moon in Taurus. It's very stubborn driven energy. Even if you don't feel what you know is your worth, like if you don't feel your boundaries, but you know where they are, you know why they're there, knowing that worth. And the emotions, the feelings will come. They will come. That is why you have the anxiety of taking the mask off. You know that you're fine, that you're okay, that you're safe. The feeling will come that yes, you are actually elevated, you're actually protected. You have no need to worry, that will come. And actions, now and currently in play, being decided upon, is the releasing of your blocks, the first quarter moon in Scorpio. The balance, being firmly grounded, as well as aware of the emotion. So whatever is causing this uncertainty, whatever is causing you to feel oversensitized, whatever could be rocking your foundation, maybe it's subtle earthquake tremors, whatever these things may be, It's time to release them, to allow space for the new. You have to let go of the old. And what's coming in is beautiful. It's divinely guided. It's of love. It's of light. It will bring healing. Thus, it'll bring balance and joy. Planned future events. We have step into your power. That's a very beautiful way of putting what this particular placement presented. To dance, to find joy, to find play even, is to find that balance, is a signal that you are in balance because you're not protecting yourself and you're not attacking. So you're not blocking, shutting down, and you're not being aggressive in any way. You're actually finding joy in movement, in change, in flow. You're firmly rooted that you are safe, that this is what you want, that this is what you desire, and you're celebrating that. It's the first quarter moon in Aries. Also stubborn, very focused, and incredibly intuitive. And this is being owned. Beautiful. It's the rebirth. So, future goals, we have be humble, the first quarter moon in Leo. The birthing of joy. To make sure the mask stays off, that the ego is not in control. The ego is present, but not in control. To remain humble is also to enjoy the joy, the play, the happiness, the fun, the emotion of seizing the foundation and being able to own that affection, the connection between Earth, Gaia, and Sun, the divine, and that you are not alone in that, is to what I want to say is to know that this is something that is beautiful, it is rare, and it is to be respected and cherished, that it is this awareness, this connection, this happening is not solely your creation. It is a creation that many have assisted in, be them family members, ancestors, as well as the divine and Gaia and all of your guides. To be humble before that is to fully embrace the greatest love in the deck. To firmly root that in your reality is a beautiful thing. Beautiful. I'm hearing gratitude through the owning of being in a state of humble appreciation. Okay. Unexpected events is to attend to the details. So while this is something that is unfolding, and I kind of gather that this is like a 180 from this state here for the assertive aspect. This may be overwhelming and may take some time for this ace or this page of cups to allow its expression to be fully present, just because it's a lot of emotion. And this has been a state of, I can't feel emotion because I must do battle, right? I must defend. This may take some time, as well as all these surprises that the universe has added in, that the divine and Gaia and all your guides and ancestors have added in for the receptive energy to discover, and you will discover them by attending to the details. As you attend to the details, this Page of Cups will become consistently more and more comfortable with asserting its presence. As you receive knowledge and follow through upon this knowledge that has been presented for you because of the trust that has been shown along the path in this receptive energy. Attend to the details in your life, in your goals, do the work. You have to put the energy out in order to receive the energy back. It will not just come to you if you put nothing out. You must put yourself out there and be willing to go with that flow and listen to the direction that's provided. And these things will be discovered, and this Page of Cups will come out and eventually let you fully know its presence. It will assert itself. The outcome of this reading, if all things remain as is that your ability to trust that all will be well will be not just stronger, but it will be reaffirmed in such a way that at any moment where you feel like you would have been tested, you would have been tempted to doubt before, you almost smile to yourself now. Because what is meant to be for you will be for you. Nothing can stop that. Thus the contract. And this amount of affirmation of love, trust, being humble, owning the gratitude by fully experiencing how humbling what is being presented to you is. Doubt won't be able to touch you where it used to be able to. It won't even come into the factoring of anything in that situation. And almost a vanquishing of doubt and a healing of any that could possibly be triggered will be what happens in this space here, between here and here. Be a healing and transmuting of that. And that will conclude the reading for the collective at this time. I hope that you receive the messages, the guidance, the reaffirmation of your own intuitive knowings in your specific situations. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste. When I say namaste, it is my way, as I know it can be used in different ways in different places, different circles, different environments. When I say namaste, it is a way of saying, I acknowledge with respect the divine within you. The divine within me recognizes the divine within you. That's what it means to me, is the recognition of the divine present within the collective. Thank you.